Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to an exciting episode of Pokemon Go. I am the Night Timeclasher. So, I have decided, instead of flooding my channel full of me attempting to catch Swookin for the next month, I'm going to start doing a bit of a rundown and a listing of the best Pokemon of Gen 3, what you want to find when Gen 3 drops as fast as possible, the legendaries of Gen 3, because obviously legendaries are going to start becoming a bit more common, if you know what I mean. They're not going to be like, oh, there's everywhere. But we seem to be catching up with all legendaries now, except for Mewtwo, but let's talk about it later. And the starters of Gen 3. This today will be the start of this series. It'll run for the rest of the month. I'm probably only now going to be releasing one, maybe two videos a week. Bring it back a bit. Give you the best possible quality that I can. Let's get this started. Alright guys, so this is going to be the episode on the top 15 best Pokemon of Gen 3 in my personal opinion. Now there are a few legendaries on this list. I will not go into their stories because they deserve their own episodes. So that'll come in the coming weeks. Personalized episodes on one or two of the legendary Pokemon because there are quite a few legendaries in Gen 3. Alright, starting off with Sceptile, which is the grass starter from Gen 3, evolving from Trico into Grovyle and then finally into Sceptile. Sceptile was an absolute beast of a grass starter. And honestly, I think all of the Gen 3 starters were absolute beasts. As you'll see in the list coming, they're all in there. Sceptile was really fast. I don't know how they're going to translate that into the Pokemon Go the way it is right now. So they're going to have to really change it up a bit, I think, to give him the honors of what he was in the core game. He was super fast, he hit hard, and he hit fast. Alright, and then we move on to the next one, which is Milotic, which is the yin to Gyarados' yang. It is a beautiful dragon. But, again, it also evolves from a really dumb-looking fish, Feebas. Feebas was just ugly. I think he is probably one of the most ugliest Pokemon in the whole Pokemon universe that we will currently see for a very, very long time. But his Milotic's typing is water. Pure water. Now, the next one. This is the first legendary of this list. Latias and Latios. They're a pair, a male and a female. Psychic Dragon. That's a move typing that we have not seen yet in Pokemon Go. And it makes me really excited when they finally come, what we will see from Latias and Latios. Will they be a part of the raid system? Or better yet, will the raid system even be there anymore? That's the question. Will we have a whole nother gem system before we get to see the next round of legendaries coming through from Gen 3? So the next one is Flygon, which is another really strange Pokemon. It is a ground dragon. Again, another typing that we have not yet seen in Pokemon Go. That evolves from Trapinch to Vibravar onto Flygon. It's a really weird looking evolution line. He's a beautiful looking Pokemon. It's really different, really unique looking. Going on to the next Pokemon now. Swampert. There is a huge community based on Swampert. Everyone loves Mudkip. So it obviously evolves from Mudkip, like I just said, to Marshomp, to Swampert. I'm sorry if I'm saying these names wrong. I don't remember them. The next one is Deoxys. Deoxys is a legendary, so again, not going into his story, he gets his own episode, but his typing is Psychic, and it is a very unique story when I tell it. The next Pokemon is Gardevoir, absolutely gorgeous looking Pokemon with its dress. Its typing is Psychic and Fairy. Very unique typings come through on Gen 3. Very unique. So it evolves from Ralts to Carla. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. I think that's his name. But I'm very interested to see how all these Pokemon are going to come through. How they'll interact with what we have now. In my thoughts, Ralts will be Gen 3's version of Abra. So we'll probably end up having a really low catch rate on it, and it will just teleport out or run straight away. The next one is Kyogre, legendary of Sapphire. Kyogre is a beast of a Pokemon, legendary. So again, we're not going into its story just yet. Its typing is obviously water, but when I tell its story, you'll understand why I'm holding it back right now. So our next one is Absol. Absol is a really beastie looking Pokemon. It's just a shame they never gave it an evolution or even a preform. Some sort of just evolution lines just to make you appreciate just that little bit more. They did give it a Mega, but we're not going to talk about Megas here because that's just, no. I wasn't a fan. Its typing is Dark. So this could be our answer to a better version of Houndoom. It is just a tankish looking Pokemon. Alright, so we're making our way into the next half. Salamence. I know there's probably a few of you watching this will be like, why isn't Salamence higher up on this list? I couldn't do it. Salamence is an absolute beast. I know. I truly know this. But I just could not bring myself to bring him higher on the list. I'm sorry. You'll understand once we get to the top half of this list. You'll see and you'll understand exactly why Salamence is top 6 of this list. So Salamence is Flying Dragon. And it's the generic looking dragon Pokemon of this generation, which we all absolutely loved. So he starts as Bagon, goes off to Shelgon, and then evolves to Salamence. Very weird. I suspect he's a combination of Dragonite and Charizard. That will be his version in this generation. The dragon sort of looking Pokemon with weird looking baby form go up to level to a beast. Right. The next Pokemon. This is probably my second or third favorite Pokemon of all of Gen 3. Metagross. I absolutely loved Metagross. He is a beast. Psychic and Steel. Again, a very strange combination of typing, but in my opinion, he is the best Pokemon. I loved him. So he starts off as Beldrum, evolves to Metang, and then finally Metagross, obviously. Metagross, yeah, I'm not going to keep talking about him because I could probably spend the next hour raving on how good Metagross is. Going on to the next one is Groudon. Legendary warning. Groudon is Earth. Great story on him. I will tell that when I tell Kyogre's story. They will be paired up. Next Pokemon is Aggron. Aggron is Gen 3's answer of Tyranitar with Rock and Steel. So instead of Rock and Dark, he's Rock and Steel. He is a beast as well. You may have noticed Gen 3 has a lot of beast, really ridiculously strong Pokemon. The strongest one I'm not even going to have on this list because I don't know how they're going to possibly do it, but I'll give him a mention at the end. So Aggron evolves from Aron to Larion to Aggron, obviously. Alright, so now into the top 2. A lot of you are probably looking at this going, no, I don't like this. I would rather it in this order. Great. Let me know in the comments below. What is your top Pokemon? Let's give us the top 3. I'd love to hear what your top 3 Pokemon from Gen 3 are. So here we go. So we've got Blaziken. Love him. This is the Pokemon that changed me from a water starter to fire starter. Loved him so much. He is a fire fighting type. We haven't got that yet. The movesets that he had were just insane. He was just a beast again. I know I keep saying beast, I'm sorry. But in Gen 3 there are just so many good Pokemon. So he starts off as Torchic, evolves into Combusken, and finally Blaziken. I just absolutely loved him. Loved him so much. Alright, so now is the time for honourable mentions. Slacking. Obviously, if I said him, he'd decimate everything. The way Pokemon Go is right now, Slacking will destroy it. He just can't be in the game at this time. He'll be sitting at 5,000 CP with 300 health, so he'll have the health of a Blissey and more power than a Tyranitar. There's nothing we'd have that could stop him. He would hold down a gym for the next 20 years. Which, no, we don't want that. So they're going to have to change the system to have him in the game. So I suspect that we'll have a bit of a tweak to the CP system prior to Gen 3 being released. But it feels like we are starting to get a few tweaks in the system. But who knows yet? Alright, final one. Final mention. Castform. I loved him. Again, I don't know how he's going to get into the game. His primary ability relies on weather. And I say abilities because in Gen 3, all Pokemon got abilities. That's something that we're going to need to be brought in to the game before we get Gen 3. Honestly, they're going to have to introduce abilities in with Gen 3. Otherwise, a lot of the Pokemon of Gen 3 will be just broken. They'll either be way too powerful or they'll just be weak because they don't have the ability that boasts their abilities, their powers, their attacks, their defense. Alright, and number 1, Rayquaza. Rayquaza is the 3rd Pokemon in the trio from Gen 3. I loved Rayquaza as well. Alright, that concludes today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you liked it. This is going to be what we're going to be doing from now on for a little bit. Just a bit of, instead of showing you 1,000 times me going against Suicune, because I don't think you'll want to see me doing that every day. Because you know what? I wouldn't want to see that every day. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, sub, and I will see you next time for the story of Kyogre and Groudon.